Today we're going to discuss hemp bedding for your rats. Hi, Dave from DNA Reptilia, back at it once again. Today we're going to do a little discussion about bedding for our rats. Now, if you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm asking you this time. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and over on Instagram. We're down in the rat room and we're going to talk about hemp bedding. This stuff. How good does it work? How good does it work? Well, put you blatant simple, it works. It reduces the smell dramatically. But there's a few other things that that nobody really talks about that I plan on talking about. One, well, the price. 2, how long does it last? 3, is it worth it for your rats? 4, is it worth it for mice? Is it worth it for ASFs? To what I found out, the hemp bedding will last for 3 weeks in reducing the smell. After 3 weeks, the smell would be at about 4 days worth with pine bedding. So that is heavily reduced smell. But the caveat is, well, for our regular rats, their Norwegian rats, their poo is a little on the bigger side, so it doesn't get buried as easily in the hemp bedding, because hemp bedding is a lot smaller, more tighter packed together. So the rat poo likes to sit on top of it for a lot longer time, doesn't get mixed in as easily. I will show you what it looks like for a 3 week. I have a couple here that are 3 weeks and a couple that are 2 weeks. And then I will actually show you what it looks like in ASFs after a week. And I'm pushing it to the limit with a glass. Alright, where was I before the camera battery died? I do believe I was at mice. I'm pushing the limit of hemp bedding in a cage with some mice, and those guys are at about a good month and a half, maybe 2 months. I'm big time pushing it. The animals are healthy, they're looking healthy, and they've had a couple litters of mice that I've used for our feeders already. Now I'm going to show you rat poo. It's going to be on top of the hemp bedding, but there is going to be no smell. If you could smell it on the camera, you wouldn't smell much. If you know what rats smell like, they don't smell like that right now. We have our Rowans, which is a morph basically of rats. This tub is 3 weeks of hemp bedding. You can see that there is litters back there. They are doing good. We got a fuzzy right there. Got a nice mama right here. But this is the disadvantage of hemp bedding. The rat poo sits on top a lot more than what it really should. But yes, it does not stick together. It actually breaks up real easy. I will be washing my hands, don't worry. I'm just showing you that it doesn't clump when it gets wet. But it smells like about 4 days old and pine. Here's another tub. It's about 3 weeks worth. No. This is our marble tub. Cute little guy there. Now, one more. About 3 weeks. But the smell is dramatically less. Dramatically. Now, in our ASF breeding rack, I just switched everybody over to hemp. I did have those 2 tubs on hemp. They did very good. I was able to keep them in there, keep the hemp in there for a month with no adverse really smell effects or anything like that, and they're breeding and healthy. Now this is after a week with ASFs. Cuddling in there, got to chew wood, but their poo is a lot smaller, so it gets buried a lot easier when they walk over it. breeding just fine. There's a couple litters in here. Again, their poo is a lot smaller, so it gets buried a lot easier. I think the ASFs prefer the hemp because it's tighter packed and it keeps heat a lot better. I'll go up here. See? More ASFs. 1 male, 3 females. This little bitty server tub. I got the grates up there with the food. Down there I got little ramps so I can pour the food in the back on every level. Alright, now I'm going to carry you over to the glass tank with the mice to show you what that looks like. Now, you may say that I am mistreating animals, but yet I am watching the animals at how they are keeping clean and how they're breeding, how they're reacting, how they're eating, drinking, whatnot. And the animals are looking completely fine. I'm actually going to be changing it out today because I wanted to push the limits at least once just so I can show the world. Alright, here's the mice. You can see there's a lot more poo over it mixed in because this is like a month and a half, 2 months. You know, they have the water bottles that they climb up and yeah, that's where some poo ends up. But anyways, we got the food tower they like to climb. But month and a half, it actually doesn't smell like mice. It smells like, I don't know. It doesn't clump up. See in the corners, right there, that's where they pee quite a bit, and that's about it. But it doesn't smell. Now when I say it doesn't smell nearly as bad, because we all know mice really stink, and that's one reason why I'm not going to be doing any more breeding of mice after this breeding season. I'm going to be going solely ASFs for the hatchlings because of the size. You know, they're easier to breed. They don't eat their young as often. I've had 2 or maybe 3 litters out of the 10 months that I've been breeding ASFs that they just disappeared. ASFs are a lot better of a breeder than what rats are. Or I mean what mice are. And to what I found out, no. Snakes do not get stuck on ASFs. But there is an occasional few, just like some snakes getting stuck on mice and becoming mousers. Some will actually do that with ASFs also. We have one that only eats ASFs. Just one. And I've fed ASFs to everything before. ASFs, frozen, thawed, and live. And there's only one snake that we have that only wants African soft furs. But anyways, that's a completely different video. This is on bedding. Now you saw how dirty they can get after 3 weeks or longer or 1 week. And to tell you the truth, if you don't mind the extra poo and your rats are looking healthy, your normal rats, you can do it. But it ends up being about twice the price of just using pine. But it's 1/3 of the amount of work. So you weigh out your time, compare the cost. I'm doing it in only 2 of the racks to save garbage space, because we have 2 garbage dumpsters and I need more rats. In order to use more rats, I need to have less garbage, as we'll say, because I'm filling them up right now. So there's less waste also. Oh, having more rats, yes, dramatically less smell using hemp, that works. The dust, there is none. There is like virtually no dust with hemp. Now they say that with aspen there's no dust. I think that's a lie. Through shipping and packaging, the wood fibers do rub together and create a dust inside the bag. I've compared aspen with pine, and the dry aspen, there's a lot of dust. I tried aspen one time with the rats once. That was it. It has the same effect with the poo as what the hemp does, because it's really fine. It doesn't allow the poo to get mixed in to get away from the rat's feet. But there is way more dust in aspen compared to hemp. So if you have any allergies, or if your rats are having allergies due to dust, go on hemp. There is no dust. I mean, virtually none. But there is a little bit. Now, is it worth it? That's something that you have to figure out. Is twice the price with, or I should say, if you can get it the last 3 weeks, is twice the price worth not doing 2/3 of the work? Because you'd only have to switch out everything every couple weeks instead of every week. For me, for the normal rats, I'm still in a fight. It's kind of a battle. Yes, it produces a lot less waste, but the whole poo issue sitting on top, I haven't seen any effects yet. I'm still going to be using it on a few of the racks to see long-term effects, and I haven't seen any short-term effects. Now for the ASFs, I'm actually going to be using it strictly for ASFs for sure. Their poo gets mixed in a lot easier. It seems like the ASFs enjoy the bedding a lot better. It's holding the heat better off of them, so everybody knows that ASFs supposedly like warmer temperatures, and while it is not even 70 degrees down here in the basement, and you just saw they're doing completely fine. So if ASFs they like to urinate in like 1, maybe 2 spots in their home the whole time. Their urine does smell a lot like ammonia, is very strong in ammonia. If you have hides, they will go in the hides and urinate and use that as a bathroom all the time. You lift up that hide, a lot of ammonia smell. The hemp dramatically reduces that. Now for the mice, I would strike it up as a must-have if you're breeding mice, because we all know mice really stink. I mean, bad. I can clean our mice tubs that we have in the rat room, and 3 days later it stinks like mice dramatically. But definite must-have for mice. I would suggest using it for ASFs, and it would be definitely up to you if you want to use them for your regular Norwegian rats. With hemp, it's all dry. No worries about it giving respiratory infections to your rats. No toxins or anything like that. So it's one of those things, is a toss-up. I'm gonna cut this video off because I think I'm rambling on, trying to spitball things out there that I've been thinking of the past 2 months that I've been using hemp. So again, if you like our videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button down the lower right hand corner and so you know when we upload new videos. And this is Dave from DNA Reptilia. Till next time, peace.